Ooh.
All right, gentlemen, let's push on, man. Exciting times tonight as we go on to the second installment of Griff's picks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, bring it on, brother.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is exciting time. This is a conversation I've been waiting to have for a very long time, especially with my bros and with everyone else. And this is one of my favorite things. We've seen shows like this on A&E. A&E got their own picks, but I have my own picks as well. That meant a lot to me. So tonight for Griff Picks, we're gonna do the top 5 rivalries and feuds.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
one thing I will say, this was very hard, and this list pretty much got finalized because there was some I had in the top 5, and I had to think, and I was changing. So I'm gonna start off with some honorable mentions first. Go right through them. Ain't gonna display them, but I'm definitely gonna get to this top 5. So for my honorable mentions, I'm gonna start off with Cena and Randy Orton. And also another honorable mention. This story started at SummerSlam 2021. It was one of my favorite rivalries. I got to show the women some love on this one. And this one, me and Monte, we was there at Legion Stadium when we saw this return of the man. And all of us was there last year to see it come to the end when Bianca, our own sister, won that title back, that Raw title from her. And I'm talking about Bianca and Becky Lynch.
Nice.
Also, another underrated rivalry that took place back a decade ago was, especially when this man allowed this guy to hit his own wife on national TV at SummerSlam, talking about HBK and Y2J. And last but not least, going back to WCW on this one of the biggest rivalries of all time WCW ever had. It's not talked about no more. It's never remembered. It was a big thing. I know you guys remember this one. I'm talking about the one and only Macho Man versus DDP.
All
right, okay, gentlemen. So I got a question. Here we go with the top 5. Are you ready?
Let's do it, brother.
All right, man. Here we go.
I thought that was your top 5. As good as that was.
That's my honorable mentions. Here are my 5 right here. Here we go. Coming in at number 5. This person took this guy to the limit, starting in 1996, and it ended all the way for almost 2-year rivalry. It ended at King of the Ring, June 28th, 1998, on the most prestigious Hell in a Cell match, and I'm talking about Mankind Mick Foley versus The Undertaker.
Oh,
that is good.
And number 4. This is really a good one, Attitude Era. This is one of the biggest rivalries that went on to the Attitude Era. And Jackie, I have to give your props because I had to think about this, watch a few Sunday Night Heat, some Raw's Wars, some SmackDown, some Shotgun Saturday Nights, some documentaries. And this guy definitely, Jackie mentioned this a couple weeks ago, who will be the MVP of the Attitude Era is Stone Cold, besides Stone Cold. And I have to admit, it is Triple H for several reasons, and my number 4 for this one is Triple H versus The Rock.
Good job.
Yeah.
Man.
There you go.
Number 3, this was really big. Again, there's some rivalries and feuds that didn't make the list, but I went with this one because I know mostly people are going to be waiting for Austin versus The Rock. And I think Austin and The Rock was more of a feud, more than a rivalry. But before there was Austin and The Rock, we had to start off with Stone Cold versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Number 2.
What's the difference between a feud and a rivalry when you think about it?
Good question. For me, a feud is we in this story, we prepare for this event, we're going to go ahead and we're going to feud to this event until it's over with. Once the event done, whoever wins, we go our separate ways. A rivalry is something that's continuing to go on like months, years. So you can take time off and you still come back to it. The feud is just something temporarily, then we go our separate ways and we meet again, cool, not, whatever.
And you trade wins and losses in the rivalry.
And it's got The Rock and Austin was a feud.
I feel there was a feud. If you really think about it, they were feuding only towards big matches or leading up to WrestleMania. And after WrestleMania, after they had their rematches, they went separate ways. Because they were considered a rival, they worked with each other, they respected each other, and they had chemistry with each other. So it was more of a feud because they knew how to work with each other versus just ongoing rivalry, you know. So in Austin was more of a rivalry because Stone Cold was trying to call Bret Hart out. He was trying to come after him because Bret Hart was the number one guy. Kept talking trash, even though Bret was off for months. You know, Stone Cold was still on the rampage, making statements. I'm beating up everybody, putting Brian Pillman through tables, you know, beating up Savio Vega. Hey, listen, I'm tired of this, man. When y'all gonna bring Bret Hart back? I want Bret Hart back. And when Bret Hart came back, Stone Cold gave him the biz. It's just one little mistake. Bret Hart captivated the one. But going forward with that rivalry, I think Bret Hart and Stone Cold rivalry is the one that put Stone Cold over the top, that led him to be the one to be the head man and the face of that whole Attitude Era for that rivalry.
Okay.
All right.
Number two.
Number two, best friends, Curtain Call, The Click, DX, being in the shadows, and you see both of these guys running the creative on both the main roster and NXT. You got to go with Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, everybody know who number one going to be, and it's a no-brainer. It's unanimous. This rivalry still going to this day, even if they come against each other. It's gone. I just wish that you know, our former chairman of the board would have paid attention to the music cue at WrestleMania 22 last year and sold the stunner right. But of course, Vince McMahon and Stone Cold, number one rival of all time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be, right? Like the greatest heel versus the greatest face, right? It kind of has to be. But
face of the Attitude
that's a great
Era.
list, man.
Yep.
Mankind, Undertaker, Austin and Hart, of course. That match, man. That blood coming down, man.
Yeah.
Mankind and Taker had some buried alive matches first before they went to the cell.
Yeah. Boiler room brawls, casket matches.
All of that.
The Inferno match. What was not Inferno.
He did that with Kane.
Boiler room.
Jackie.
Boiler room brawl.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
he did
Boiler
Inferno
room
with Kane.
Yeah. See, that's another one.
I still don't understand that concept. Like, why do we need to set things on fire? Like,
fire.
I don't.
I didn't still watch MVP in that Inferno match with Kane. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah, Kane, and when MVP first came out, I think this was around 05, 06. I think it's Armageddon, the pay-per-view, Armageddon. But Kane and MVP was a storyline, and they end up being an Inferno match, and MVP ended up getting burnt in the Inferno match.
For sure that was going to be the last time we saw the Inferno match was in the Kane when the Taker rematch.
How did we even get there? Like, what storyline would even drive that?
Paul Bearer said, "I saw a ring surrounded by fire." It was part of the promo. It was actually to the rematch because
for MVP.
No. This is I'm talking
about MVP. How did we get to MVP being in an Inferno match?
Yeah,
like
that happened?
It makes sense for the Undertaker and
Kane.
Like fire, burn the brother. Like yes, but MVP, like what are you burning? What? Why would we ever need that match?
Yeah, I'm glad I
wasn't.
I wasn't watching then. Thank God I wasn't watching then. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find that event and I'll send that to you guys. I'm not sure if Wise Man is researching now either,
Me too, Brian.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But
good job, Griff. Great picks.
That's a great list, bro. That's actually a great list. 19 honorable mentions, of course. but we did get a top 5 this time. At least, we got a top 5.
We got to the 5. I was like, shoot, I thought we was already in the list. When I heard the Macho Man, I was like, well, hey, shit, we already in the list.
Listen, the honorable mention for the power rankings says the WCW, the WWE East Coast. Griff's picks has the West Coast. Like we are just covering every space, bro. We are covering it all here.
Oh, bro.
But no, I want to say this too, and Jackie, that's great that you brought that question up because that was going to be my breakdown after I went through the list. What was the difference, so the audience can know the difference? In my view, what a feud is versus what a rival, is. I know we see that in sports too. Hey, rivals are something. We look at Michigan State, who's playing this week, for example. That is a rival. That is still ongoing. This is not just okay. Yeah, we got beef, and then also we gonna squash this beef. We go on. That's not a rival. We just feud and we just build. Because feud builds up to the rival. So if you have a feud and you go separate ways, and then there's no build to no rival after that.
So you didn't think Rock and Stone Cold did that, Griff?
You didn't think The Rock and Stone Cold was a rivalry? Like that was like years. That was multiple WrestleManias.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
I think it was a mix of. I mean, in my opinion, I think it was a mix of both.
Okay.
Because even when they did come across each other, even though they were feuding and they have a rival, they had this thing versus everybody else where like they just went their separate ways and they only came cross paths if they had to. Like, hey, I'm trying to get to this mountain. You in my way. I'm knocking you out. Hey, you in my way too. I got this. Boom. Versus like we see each other. Okay, we tagging. Now, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, it was kind of like, okay, we going our separate ways, but if I see you backstage and this camera rolling, I'm going to super kick you, catch you off guard. Or Triple H, hey, I'm going to take the sledgehammer. That's what the rival I'm looking at is. Like, even though we're not beefing and feuding right now, if I catch you slipping backstage or if I'm ringside and you come out, I'm still going to give you that day look and give you a receipt backstage too. Where Austin and Rock, it was like, all right, I'll see you down the road someday, or all right, you keep on going. And once we see each other, now we back feuding and back to this again.
Okay. All right. I'll take the explanation. I'll take that. Okay. All right. Okay. I had to understand. I understand. Yeah.